Hello children, how are you all? Hope you all are well and safe at your home, and you must be enjoying at your home too. So children, we have done our chapter number 1 and we have done our chapter number 2 also. Now we are going to start with the chapter number 3. Chapter number 3 is factors and multiples. So first of all, we will discuss about the factors. This may be a new concept for you, but some of the part of the factors we have done in our 4th class also. So now we will do this factors and multiples in detail. So let us start with the topic factors. Factors. So children, what are the factors? Suppose we have given this number 6, and this 6 we can write like 2 multiplied by 3 also. So this 2 and 3 are called the factors of this number 6, and this 6 is called the multiple of 2 and 3. Clear? So this 2 and 3 are called the factors and the 6 is called the multiple. Fine. Now we have to check here that how we can find the factors of a given number. Suppose we have given this 18, and if we have to find out the factors of this number 18, then there are two methods. Firstly, by multiplication, and by division also we can find the factors. Okay, so children, I have left one point here. Suppose we have this number 2. So if we will divide this 6 by 2, then it will be divisible by 2 with by leaving no remainder. So 2 3s are 6. When I will divide this 6 by 2, the answer will be 3. It means the quotient will be 3 and the remainder will be 0 here. So it means there is not any remainder. If there is not any remainder left, then that means this 2 is the factor of this number 6. If there is any remainder left, then it means it is not a factor of 6. Suppose I am taking this number 5. So if I will divide 6 by 5, then the quotient will be 1. 5 ones are 5 and the remainder will also be 1. So if the remainder is not equal to 0, it means this 5 is not a factor of this number 6. Clear? So now firstly we will discuss about the multiplication. By multiplication we can find the factors of this number 18. So how can we find? 1 multiplied by 18 is equal to 18. When we will multiply this 1 by 18, we will get this 18. And if I take 2, with which number we will multiply this 2 to get 18? I can multiply by 9. So 2 9s are 18. And if I take 3, then with which number we will multiply this 3 to get 18? 3 6s are 18. And if I talk about 4, I cannot multiply with any number, I cannot multiply 4 by any number to get 18. So it means 4 is not a factor of 18. Now let's come to 5. Likewise, 5 is also not a factor of 18. Now let's come to 6. 6, if I multiply 6 by 3, then I will get 18. So here 3 multiplied by 6 we have already taken, and here we have come with 6 multiplied by 3. So here the digits have been reversed. So if the digits are reversed, so then we have to stop finding the factors there itself. So now what are the factors of 18? How many factors we have found here by this multiplication method? Firstly this 1. And remember children, 1 is the factor of every number. 1 is the factor of every number. Firstly we have got this 1. Another number is 2. Then another number is 3. But 4 here is not a factor of 18, so we will not write 4 here. Likewise 5 is again not a factor of 18, so we will not write 5 here. Next is 6. So 1, 2, 3 and 6 we have written. Now let's come here. 6 we have already written. Now we will write this 9, and at the last we have this 18. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 and 18. These all are the factors of 18. So a number has two factors. Every number is a factor of itself, and every number is itself a factor. Okay, if I talk about 18, then 1 and 18 will be the factors of 18, and rest of the factors we can find out by multiplication or division method. Now if I talk about the division method, then what I will do, 18 divided by 1 is equal to 18, and if I divide 18 by 2 I will get 9. If I divide 18 by 3 then I will get 6. Likewise if I divide 18 by 4, there will not be any there will be any remainder left. Okay, so we will not be left with the 0 remainder. If we will left with 0 remainder, then only we can say that it is the factor of 18. So if I divide this by 4, we are left with any other remainder. So what will be that remainder? 4 4s are 16. 8 minus 6 is 2. So here we have got the remainder 2. But we must be left with the remainder 0. Then only it will be a factor of 18. So here we are left with 2. So it is not a factor of 18. Now if I talk about 5, then again we will not left with the remainder 0. So again 5 is not a factor of 18. Now let's come to 6. 18 divided by 6 is 3. Clear? So like this we can write down the factors. 1 is the factor of 18, then 2, then 3. After that 4 and 5 are not the factors of 18. Then we can write this 6. Then after that 9 and this 18. Clear? So this is the method to find out the factors of a given number. We have these two methods, by multiplication method or by division method. Clear? Now let's move to the divisibility rule. Now we have to discuss the divisibility rules. Okay? So I'll be explaining you the divisibility rules now. So now we will discuss about divisibility by 2, 5 and 10. If I talk about divisibility of 2, then if there is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8 on ones place, then the number is divisible by 2. If I am taking the number 2304, 5678 and 9530, here we have 4, 8 and 0 on ones place, so this number is divisible by 2. And if I talk about divisibility of 5, then if there is 0 or 5 on ones place, or we can say if the ones digit is 0 or 5, then the number is divisible by 5. Here we have some of the examples: 1520, 2845 and 3760. Here on ones place we have 0 or 5, or we can say the ones digit is 0 or 5, so this number is divisible by 5. Next we have divisibility of 10. If the ones digit is 0, for checking the divisibility of 10, we always check that if there is 0 on ones place, or we can say if the ones digit is 0, then the number is divisible by 10. So here we have 0 in 7890, 6120 and 92340. In all these numbers we have 0 on ones place. So this number is divisible by 10. Now if we talk about divisibility by 3 and 9, what is the divisibility of 3? if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, then that number is divisible by 3. Suppose here we have this example 5136. So firstly we have to find out the sum of these digits 5 plus 1 plus 3 plus 6, which is equal to 15. So now we have to check whether this 15 is divisible by 3 or not. Here 15 is divisible by 3, 3 5s are 15. So if 15 is divisible by 3, if the sum is divisible by 3, then this number will be divisible by 3. Similarly, 45,615 and 8,145 is also divisible by 3. Now let's move to divisibility of 9. If the sum of the digits is divisible by 9, so divisibility of 3 and 9 are same. Here in the divisibility rule of 3, the sum of the digits should be divisible by 3, and for the divisibility of 9, the sum of the digits must be divisible by 9. So here we have this example 8145. So firstly we will find the sum of these digits 8 plus 1 plus 4 plus 5, and their sum is equal to 18, and 18 is divisible by 9. So 8145 is divisible by 9. Similarly, we can take some more examples to check whether these numbers are divisible by 9 or not. Now let's talk about divisibility by 4, 6, 8, 12, 15, 18 and 25. So firstly, let's come to divisibility of 4. If the number formed by last two digits is divisible by 4. Suppose we have this example 8912. So first of all we have to take the last two digits. Here the last two digits are 1 and 2. So 12, this is 12, so 12 is divisible by 4. If the last two digits are divisible by 4, then that complete number will be divisible by 4. Likewise, if we talk about 6, divisibility of 6, if the number is divisible by 2 and 3 both, so if we have to check the divisibility of 6, the number must be divisible by 2 and 3 both. If it is divisible by 2 and it is not divisible by 3, then that number will not be divisible by 6. So here we have taken the same example 8912, and 8912 is divisible by 2 because there is 2 on its ones place. So this is divisible by 2 and this is divisible by 3 also. What is the divisibility of 3? If we will find out the sum of these digits, then that sum will be divisible by 3. So if it is divisible by 2 and 3 both, then it will be divisible by this 6 also. Now let's come to divisibility of 8. If the number formed by last 3 digits is divisible by 8. Now we have to take one example, and in this example the last 3 digits are 728, 728. This 728 is divisible by 8. So this complete number will be divisible by 8. So divisibility of 4 and divisibility of 8 are same somewhere, because in divisibility of 4 you have to check the last 2 digits should be divisible by 4, and in divisibility of 8 the last 3 digits should be divisible by 8. Now let's come to divisibility of 12. If the number is divisible by 3 and 4 both, then that number is divisible by 12. So here you can take any of the example. Here we have taken 1236, and this is divisible by 12 because it is divisible by 3 and 4 both. And if I talk about 15 and 18, so in divisibility of 15 the number must be divisible by 3 and 5 both, and in the divisibility of 18 the number must be divisible by 2 and 9 both. And likewise the last number is 25. If I talk about divisibility of 25, the number formed by last 2 digits is 25, 50, 75, or there will be 2 zeros at the last. So here we have taken one example 68,975. Here we have 75. The last 2 digits are 75. So this number will be divisible by 25. So this was about the divisibility rules. Now I will discuss with you the divisibility of 7 and divisibility of 11. After that we have divisibility of 7. So what we have to do in in checking the divisibility of 7. A number is divisible by 7 if the difference between the twice of the last digit and the number formed by remaining digit is 0, 7 or multiple of 7. What does it mean? See children, a number is divisible by 7. एक number 7 से कब divisible होगा? If the difference between the twice of the last digit. It means first of all we have to multiply the last digit by 2. And then we have to take the remaining digits. If I am taking this example, then we have to take the remaining digits and then we have to find out the difference between the remaining digits and the twice of last digit. And if that difference is 0, 7 or a multiple of 7, then that number will be divisible by 7. Suppose here I have taken these two examples, 56, and this one example I have taken from your book itself, that is 5019. So first of all, let us take this 56. So what is the first step here? First of all, we have to multiply the last digit by 2. So 6 2s are 12. Okay. Now we have to see the remaining digits. Remaining digit is 5. Then we have to subtract the smaller number from the greater number. So 12 minus 5 is equal to 7. Here the difference has come 7. So if the difference has come 7, then this 56 is divisible by 7. Clear? Now if I talk about this example, so let us take this 9. So first of all we will multiply this 9 by 2. 9 2s are 18. Then the remaining digits is 501. Now the next step is we have to subtract the smaller number from the greater number. So 11 minus 8 is 3. 9 minus 1 is 8 and this will become 4. Now we have got this 483. So again we will repeat these steps. So now I have taken this 483. So the last digit here is 3. So we will multiply this 3 by 2. 3 2s are 6. Now the remaining digits are 48. So 48 minus 6. 8 minus 6 is 2. 48 minus 6 is 42. Now we have again got a 2-digit number, but we must be left with 1-digit number. So now again we will multiply this 2 by 2. 2 2s are 4 and the remaining digit is 4. So 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. So here at the last we have left with this 0. And what was the rule? If the difference is 0, 7 or a multiple of 7. So here we have got this 0. So this 5019 is divisible by 7. Clear? So what are the 3 steps here? First of all, you have to multiply the last digit by 2. Then you have to take the remaining digits. And at the last step, we have to subtract the smaller number from the greater number. And then if the difference is either 0, 7 or a multiple of 7, then that number will be divisible by 7. Clear? Now let's come to the divisibility of 11. Next we have divisibility of 11. So what is the divisibility of 11? A number is divisible by 11 if the difference between sum of the digits at odd places and the sum of the digits at even places is 0, 11 or a multiple of 11. So first of all, I will just tell you that I am going to explain with the help of an example. Okay, so we have to firstly find out the odd places numbers and even places numbers. And for finding those even places numbers and odd places numbers, we will start checking from the right hand side. So this 8 is on first place, this is on second, this is on third, this is on fourth, so this is on 5. So now children, as you know, what are odd numbers? Odd numbers are 1, 3, 5. So the odd places numbers are, what are the odd places numbers? Odd places numbers are this 8, 3 and this 2. Then if I talk about even places numbers, as you know, even numbers are 2, 4, 6 and 8. So which digit is there on even place? This 7 is there on second number. Then on fourth number there is 6. So the odd places numbers are these and even places numbers are these. Now we have to find out the sum of odd places numbers and the sum of even places numbers. Fine. So if I am finding the sum of these odd places numbers, then 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 plus 2 is 13. And if I talk about sum of even places numbers, then 7 plus 6 is 13. Now we have to find out the difference of these two numbers. So 13 minus 13 is equal to 0. So if the difference is 0, if the difference is either 0, 11 or a multiple of 11, then that number, this number 26378 will be divisible by 11. Clear? So what are the steps here? First of all, we have to find out the odd places numbers and the even places numbers. Odd places numbers and even places numbers we will start finding from right hand side, and we will just write down the numbers above. We will just write down the counting above, starting from right hand side. So if I am starting from right, then I will write 1 here, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now the odd numbers are 1, 3 and 5. So for finding the odd places numbers, on 1 number we have this 8, on 3 number we have this 3, on 5 number we have this 2. Likewise we can find the even places numbers also. So the even places numbers are 7 and 6. And in the next step we have to find out the sum of these odd places numbers and even places number. Clear? And the last step is, then we have to find out the difference of these two numbers. So 13 minus 13 is equal to 0. Clear? So that is how we have to check the divisibility of 11. So children, this was about the introduction of factor and the divisibility rules. Clear? So now in our next lecture we will be starting with the exercise questions. Exercise 3.1 we will start. So that's all for today children. Thank you so much. God bless you.